So how much does it mean to you? How much does it mean to you freshmen, you sophomores, and you juniors that have games left, that have other sports to give? Do it for the seniors. Do it for the seniors, and let's sneak out with one tonight.
Welcome into the season finale of Grind to Shine, a season with Alexander football. I'm Nathan Wiseman, he's Patrick Klinger, and Pat, we've been through the team through the Lift-a-thon, the Rio Grande Camp, 2 days, the season, and it's hard to believe this is the last week of the year.
Yeah, time has flown by, but Nathan, before we get too sentimental, let's take a look back at those Trimble Alexander highlights from last Friday night. Spartans getting themselves warmed up for a chilly night in Gloucester, but it was the Tomcats striking first. Dominic Pickett capping off a big drive with a 1-yard score. 7-0 Trimble early on, and Pickett's first quarter was just getting started. He takes a big run to the outside all the way down to the 1-yard line, scoring on the next play, and Trimble's up 14-0 early.
Yeah, and Alexander pinned at their own 12-yard line. Chase Harris doesn't see the pitch coming from A.J. Marks, and the ball would fall in the end zone for a Trimble safety. And Trimble with the ball again, Pickett airing it out to Jacob Hardy for the touchdown, 23-0, Tomcats rolling.
Yeah, Coach Saunders just trying to get that defense to regroup. Really didn't play that bad in the first half, but minus some Trimble trickery, they're going with the reverse here, and Max Hooper's throwing it deep to Hardy for a 54-yard gain. The Spartans defense would hold in the red zone. Now let's fast forward to 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Pickett trying to get another one on the scoreboard, but he's picked off by Caleb Easley. What a play there.
Yeah, such a great play by Caleb there. The Spartans would get some more luck. Trimble would score another touchdown, so AJ back to receive the kickoff, and he is gone. Gets some blocks, and he's gone for the touchdown, and the Spartans get on the board for the first time in 2 weeks. And again, defensively, Caleb Easley, his second interception of the game right before half.
Yeah, guy's a ball hawk. And now in the third quarter, the offense getting going. A.J. Marks finds Kimbrough for the first down. They wouldn't score on that possession, but they would get their first offensive touchdown in 3 weeks with Marks scoring that one, 43-13 Trimble.
Yeah, and we've seen it again and again. Pickett to Hardy. Once again, near the end of the game, he jukes out Dylan Meckham there, and he's gone for a 31-yard touchdown. And the Trimble Tomcats would roll in this one, 55-13, your final.
Okay, Coach, we've come a long way from week 1, and this is your final interview of the season. Are you ready?
I guess I have to be.
Yeah. All right, well, let's start with last week's matchup with Trimble. I mean, I know it was another frustrating loss, but I think we could both agree that there were some improvements made from a few of the previous weeks. So, when you look back at that game, what were some positives that you can take away?
It was nice to finally get in an offensive touchdown with our first group. So that's definitely a plus, and really just the adversity of what we were going to do. One, not having school. Two, just with the conditions and everything that was being played out there in Gloucester, and just a absolute rainy, just downstream of whatnot. So kind of changed up our plans a little bit and warmed up inside the high school and did a later departure time, but when the 7:30 came, it's a little bit different story though.
Yeah, and I know that you're really going to be wanting to put on a big performance for these seniors who, this is their final game. When you take a look at this senior class, looking back, what are you going to remember the most about this group?
I mean, I think just the leadership and diversity, really just how far they have come along. Me really just knowing them for 3 years, and us first coming in, and we knew. I mean, you still know what Chase and AJ did, but then we had a really good move in with Brandon Wilkinson, who transferred in, but it was originally from here. So he was definitely one of those strong kids. But then Zach Bayhay, who we really wanted to start really his sophomore year and ended up getting hurt junior year, ended up getting hurt again, and really now being a senior and really just sophomore experience-wise. So it's just some of those guys really to see how far they have come, and that's been the strong point there.
Yeah, looking forward to our final fan question from Penrod's Place Interviews. This one comes from Kim Kelly, and she wants to know, once the season is over, how are you going to begin to prepare this team for next season?
That's a very, very good question. First is Kim Kelly. Hopefully you get her white jerseys cleaned up. I know that's definitely going to be a big task after last week's muddy field, but it's really a long process, just exactly how we do get there, not just the football side of things, but really we get together as a staff. We do evaluations of not only the staff, but also just each player and look at some of the strong points that they had this year. Then you start looking at weight room, going to clinics, just a whole bunch of things that, and to answer in a short question is hard to do, but it's definitely a process. But there really isn't an off season. Unfortunately, we have to take 30 days off, but really next Monday we really get back to work as well.
Yeah, the work never seems to stop. Yeah, but Coach, looking at the end of the season, I know football consumes your life, and it does mine as well, but what are you gonna do with yourself once the regular season ends?
I'd say my wife would be very thankful to have me home so I can start doing some laundry and some things around the house, but she does a tremendous job in understanding a little bit of I need some time to not only just to work on football, but also to regroup too, and she definitely does more so around the house than I probably do, but football's still going to consume most definitely here in the off season.
Yeah, that grind to shine mentality never seems to stop. But the most important question, this is our last interview. Are you going to miss us?
I guess I will. No, I mean, we always have a good time. You guys are always here on Sunday, and it's always something that we look forward to. Unfortunately, I'd say Gemma's probably ready for you guys to go because she's always here ready for a nap somehow whenever you guys come. She's like, Pat and Nathan coming? Okay, time for me to lay down.
Yeah, we're looking forward to her getting ready to get all the football lingo because we're ready for a sit-down interview with her. But Coach, Nathan and I always appreciate the hospitality you've given us all season.
Most definitely, it's been a true pleasure. And I guess I have a question for you. What have you learned football-wise through this whole process?
I think the thing that we learned the most is, we see all the football going on Friday night. Everybody sees that, but to be in the meetings and then the creation of the scouting report, seeing you guys break it down to its truest form. That's something that I've never seen before, and that was probably the biggest thing I learned this year.
No, it's been a true pleasure, and very fortunate to be able to have you and Nathan be a part of this process, and just really from Spartan Nation, we thank you for giving us this coverage. It's been awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna peep back in from time to time. So, Coach, thanks a lot.
Hey, thanks, Patrick.
With the Trimble game behind them, now the Spartans are moving their attention towards their senior night game against the Meigs Marauders. And Pat, the Marauders are a team to really it's hard to put an identity with them because they're 3-6 and 1-4 in the conference.
Yeah, they've been struggling just like Alexander. They've got 4 straight losses on the season. And other than their win a month ago with River Valley, Nathan, a fun fact, Meigs has beat both of our alma maters in Logan and Galley Academy, but with both of these teams at the bottom of the TVC Ohio standings, they've got nothing to lose, and both teams would really like to come out and end their season with a win.
Yeah, so Meigs and the Spartans have both been struggling. So Pat, my question to you is, do you think this is a winnable game for the Spartans?
Absolutely. I think looking at Alexander in their practices and their meetings this week, they have a renewed sense of hope they really haven't seen in a long time, and they really think that they can win this game. They have guys like Trent Llewellyn who could possibly be back during this game, but they've got their work cut out for them. They're going to have to attack quarterback Zach Helton. Guy's got some talent, and more importantly, Zach Bartram, and that guy lines up all over the field for the Marauders. Quarterback, running back, receiver, he can make some big plays, and they're going to have to really be disciplined and defensively make sure that they can stop him.
Yeah, I think Zach Bartram is definitely going to be the toughest guy to defend. I think Alexander's offense is going to get going in this game. I don't see them not putting up points. I think they'll have a couple touchdowns, but defending Bartram is going to be extremely tough. So instead of breaking down the 3 keys to the game like we usually do, we're going to kind of talk about the season as a whole. So Pat, senior night, let's talk about this senior class. What do you think their legacy is going to be moving forward?
Yeah, well, everybody knows about AJ Marks and Chase Harris, very talented guys. AJ has the chance to play at the next level. He's going to be playing playing in the blue-gray bowl game here in December, and Chase Harris is moving on with his athletic career to Ohio University to play baseball. But you know, the rest of these guys, Alex Stalder, James Wallace, Zach Behe, all these different guys, you know, their legacy lies in their junior year in their championship, their TVC Ohio title. You know, a lot of people that have gone through the Alexander Spartans football program can't say that they have done that, but you know, even though it's been a disappointing season for them, they're really going to want to finish up their careers with a nice big win in front of the home crowd.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be their senior night. So after this Friday night, they'll be moving on with their careers. So that gives these younger guys a chance. And this Spartan team, they had a lot of young guys play. So who do you think could be the potential stars of this team as early as next year?
Yeah, I mean, the theme of the entire season was how young this team was. And, you know, that was, you know, maybe a disadvantage this year, but going forward, that's going to be a huge advantage. You know, they have guys, skilled guys on the outside like Connor Kimbrough, Michael Kelly, Caleb Easley, guys that are very young, have a lot of football left to be played, and they're going to be, you know, big playmakers for the Spartans in the future. And then that offensive line that was probably one of the youngest that Coach Penrod has ever had in his coaching career, you know, they're going to be much older next year, not just the year of eligibility, but just all the experience that they have gained from this year. So I expect big things from this Alexander football team in the program. I think they're going to be really good going forward.
Yeah, and I think two sophomores really stand out to me. Sophomore Ethan House, who will obviously be a junior next year. His season was cut a little short with an injury this year, but man, in this first few weeks, he was so dominant. And another guy, Stone Markin, a guy that kind of picked up football at the beginning of the season, really, and I think that he could be a really good player next year. So I caught up with Stone this week to talk not only about football, but his basketball endeavors as well.
Attaboy, Steve, catch it. Oh, come on, Steve. Come on, boy, get in this time.
So you grew up playing football, last played in 7th grade. You know, what made you step away from the game for a few years, and then why'd you come back your sophomore year?
When I was in 7th grade, I had a really bad concussion, and I sprained my neck really bad. And I couldn't pass physical in 8th grade because I had a bunch of heart problems. And then freshman year, I just didn't really feel like it. And then in the hallway, the Monday before the Fed Hawk game this year, Coach P said, "I'll see you at practice." So I was like, all right, whatever. And I went to practice, and the rest of the season.
So did it take a little bit of convincing, or you were like, all right, let's get back into football, I miss it?
Well, he was pushing me all summer to play, and I really just didn't want to at all because I was thinking about basketball. And then just that Monday, I really thought about it all day, and I decided I wanted to go to practice.
Yeah, so you started practicing, played in a couple of JV games, but really for the most part, you stepped right into the varsity role. You know, what was that transition like, getting to know the plays and getting back in the rhythm?
Well, it was super hard because 3 years ago I was playing 7th grade and I went straight to varsity, so I mean it was difficult and a lot faster for sure.
Did you look to any guys on the team for like advice during that time period?
Well, Chase and AJ, they always helped me a lot, and Michael was helping me with wide receiver stuff, and CK was helping me out quite a bit, and Bay helped me out with defense a lot. We play the same position.
And the season's coming to a close. We got basketball coming up. How excited are you to get back into the gym and start playing basketball?
I'm pumped. I love basketball. That's all I really do.
Why do you love it so much?
I don't know. When I was in like 4th grade, my grandpa like taught me the basics, and I always watched LeBron and stuff because he's a Cleveland fan. And I just fell in love with it as soon as I started playing, and I always have.
So he's a Cleveland fan. What's your team?
I love anything from Cleveland. The Indians, the Browns, the Cavs.
It's a good time for that right now.
Yeah.
Indians in the World. Yeah, well, the Browns aren't great, but you got the Indians in the World Series, the Cavs in the championship. Yeah. Who do you think is going to win the championship this year? Is it KD and the Warriors, or is it LeBron and the Cavs again?
KD just got spanked last night by 30, so probably not the Warriors.
Okay.
I think it's going to be the Cavs against the Spurs.
All right.
For sure.
Interesting prediction. Yeah. What's the Alexander basketball team looking like? You know, I know you haven't gotten a chance to practice yet, but once football ends, you get back in the gym. How do you think you guys are looking this year?
We're going to be, I mean, pretty inexperienced, just like the football team from all those seniors, but I think we'll be just fine.
This week for our last show, we wanted to do something a little bit different. Instead of bringing you a compelling, serious story about the team, we decided to take you back through the season and shine a light on some moments that you might not have seen from the stands. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Felt off. Say something to the camera.
Woo!
To score the big touchdown.
Has a rather unique opportunity.
Why ain't you wearing your boots?
You not hipped enough to go out here?
2, 1.
Jesus.
Hey, what was it?
That was rough.
Oh, snap.
That would have been awkward, run the whole thing and then.
Right? And I'd be like, button your shirt up.
Power pellets. Game saver.
Where's your knee pads? Holy dryer!
Is this what it's like to wear a bra all day?
We're all becoming bros. Everyone knows. We're having a great time, and I bet you're all loving this rhyme.
It's not on the table.
Yeah, I'm awake. My feet are already wet.
That grind to shine. A season with Alexander. Soccer? Soccer.
10 yards, loud as you got it.
Almost fresh, except for this shirt. I lost my other one. I'm not exactly sure where it's at.
That's not good.
It smells rough.
Stung by any of them?
Me neither. They're just on me, and I just like flee on my arms. I'm getting so mad.
Let's go! Hey, let's get
Is it Bigfoot back there?
Take a breath. Take a breath. One breath.
It's like,
No, no shot. Wide.
That's it. That's all it is.
okay, Jace, start off, simple question. You know, the game of football means something different to everybody. So, you know, simply, you know, why do you play the game?
I play football to stay active, something to do, an anger outlet most of the time. Just mostly to stay active and fit.
Yeah. And I just figured out that you know, your little sister Jocelyn, plays competitive tackle football on the 4th grade youth team. You know, how did she get started with the sport?
Basically just watching me play. She figured out that she wanted to try, and she just started playing from there. Enjoyed it.
Yeah. And you said that she plays left tackle just like you do. You giving her any pointers?
No, just drive until the whistle. Keep your head up. Watch for everybody. Don't get killed.
Yeah. And now I want you to be 100% honest with me here. You know, is she better than you?
Yes and no. She wants it just like I do, and she's a little bit faster, but I think I'm better.
Yeah? All right, well, is that going to change in a couple of years? You think she's going to get better than you?
Maybe.
Okay, all right. And you actually, I'm not sure how many people know this, but you know, you actually help coach the team as well. So how rewarding is it for you to teach some of these younger kids?
I enjoy it. It's very rewarding just watching them succeed and just do whatever they enjoy it. So whatever they enjoy, it makes me happy to watch them succeed.
What's your favorite part of the coaching side of football?
Getting to know every single kid.
Now, the season hasn't gone exactly according to plan, you know, this year, but how do you guys get one last victory, and what can you do to help make that happen?
I think that I can give it all to the whistle, keep my team up on a high note, and try to lead the team.
And finally, you know, back in week 5, after the Wellston game, you know, after I talked to you after the game, and you told me that this team needed to have more heart. So when you guys go out there for one last go-round, you know, who are you out there playing for?
I'm out there playing for the team and myself.
You know, you out there playing for those seniors and all, you go one last game.
yeah, try to send them off on a good note.
Absolutely, and just put you on the spot here, a little prediction. Are the Alexander Spartans getting a win to close out the season?
Definitely. If we give it our all every down, we're getting a win.
Yeah, it should be a fun matchup. You know, only one more game, and then you're a big bad senior as well, top dog. So, all right, man, game should be fun.
We haven't been playing Spartan football. Okay, I want 4 quarters of Spartan football. I don't care if it's 200 to nothing or 0 to 200 us. Spartan football for 4 quarters is all I ask.
Stop screwing up the little things. We win this game. Let's fight hard. Fight to the whistle. Every play. Be a Spartan.
Let's show who we are! The true Spartan! Grind to shine, baby.
This concludes the final episode of Grind to Shine, a season with Alexander football. Now, first and foremost, we want to thank our friends and family for supporting us through this entire season. And we also want to give a big thank you to all of you who have ever watched any of our videos. Spartan Nation has done an excellent job of welcoming us with open arms.
Yeah, and we also got to give a shout out to the coaches, the players, and their families for welcoming us. I'm sure it was a little weird having the cameras follow them around all season long, but we had a really fun time telling your guys' story this year.
Yeah, and lastly, thank you to Coach Penrod. We approached him back in April about doing this show, and he was ecstatic about us covering the team. And you can't forget his wife Jody and baby Gemma for opening up their doors every single Sunday for us to film Penrod's place.
Yeah, definitely. So for the final time for Patrick Klinger, I'm Nathan Wiseman, reminding you that there's nothing better than Thursday nights
and grind to shine.